Are we rolling? Well, the second podcast. Who are you guys?
I'm Eli, and I go by Blondeluvv.
That's it.
Yeah.
Matt, also known as Sadb0y Matt. That's all. Yeah, that's it.
How'd you guys find out about 507cc?
So, it was the summer. I was downtown with Eli. I think Luke was there. And Luke would not shut up. He's like, oh, I gotta meet these people. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to go skate. I don't care. He's like, no, just come. I pull up, and it was you two sitting at a table. And I don't remember what we talked about, but that was my introduction right there.
I actually, before that, I actually did go to $5 Pizza, and in the window, there's actually a 507cc poster, and I was like, whoa, okay, I don't know who's behind this. And then when I met you guys, I was like, all right, now I'm starting to connect the dots.
It's still up there in the window.
It still is up
I've
there.
seen it in a couple places.
Still is up there.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
There's another place I saw when I was door dashing. I saw it in the window. I forgot where it was at though.
Wild.
I was pretty hyped.
I got a question for you guys. Any new artwork? Any new music coming out soon?
Well, I'm trying to learn how to play the guitar
Better.
okay.
You said you were mediocre.
Mediocre, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been trying to record like guitar loops and stuff. I don't know. Just cause.
Just cause.
Yeah.
Turn it into something nice, something you can listen to.
I don't know. It's mostly for myself. It's just satisfying, I think.
Y'all ever listen to music and take a poop?
Every time I take a poop.
That's what I'm on TikTok.
Bro, that right there, that is like freedom. It's like the winds of America blowing into your ass. That is what freedom truly is. That is
The American dream.
yes, bro. That
Taking
is
a shit.
taking a shit, listening to some.
Kodak.
That's retribution right there, actually.
I will say that when I was a janitor, I would
Why
work.
are you-
I would work alone, and since I'm working alone, I'm working like the night shift. Like this is like 12 to 4 in the morning. I would actually listen to music while cleaning toilets.
Oh wow.
And I probably would say that music that is good to like clean toilets with,
Yeah.
Wu-Tang Clan,
yeah.
especially Liquid Swords.
I agree though. I found a lot of new music. Just having that cleaning job, because I would just sit there with my AirPods in all night and like just SoundCloud surf or like just dig into like random shit. And I would always find myself listening to Pink Floyd on just 10 for some reason, because like
Why are we talking about?
I'd always be off some type of substance. It was just trippy. Yeah.
Doing Adderall, I'm not saying you should do it recreationally, but if you got shit to do, you got shit to clean,
Literal shit.
to clean, then
Eli's
Adderall
never
or
gonna
even
do
the
that.
lower dosage of Ritalin will work. If you clean
Yeah, you
toilets.
guys are weird.
I know.
Oh,
Sobriety is great.
Sobriety is good.
we're canceled. This is it. This is the last episode. CC.
We're the worst two people that you could have brought on this podcast.
Can we talk about inspirations?
Oh yeah. Wait.
Well, you start inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah, who are you inspired by?
What are you inspired
Who am
by?
I inspired by?
Why are you?
I'm not the one.
Actually-
Yeah, he's the moderator.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we can't ask moderator questions.
I guess you can. Does that really matter?
He is the yeah. You were asking me questions.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of know a little bit about your dabble and inspiration for doing music.
Yeah.
I want to know who your inspiration for music is, like who you listen to and what you contract from them to put into your own music. And I also want to know your inspirations for playing guitar and your artistic values in it.
Oh, the artist I probably listen to the most. It usually changes quite frequently after, but there's always like a base of like artists. Like obviously like Tupac, Biggie. Then you got other people later in the game. Wu-Tang actually, yeah. Run DMC, NWA, Joey Badass. Then you got like your new cats like JPEG. I will always bump MF Doom. MF Doom will always be one of my number one inspirations for
Rip.
music. Yeah, rest in peace, MF Doom, for real. That was, I did not expect that to happen whatsoever. When MF Doom died, I was at work, bro. I did nothing. I just went home. I couldn't, cause back when I was making music before I got this guy.
Is that a Viking call?
Go Vikings! Skull!
Skull.
The shirt!
Skull.
Ooh,
Hold
skull.
on, hold on. I gotta put my phone on.
Is that a vintage
Vintage Randy Moss,
Randy Moss shirt?
1998.
That's
Just
awesome.
stand up and flex that.
Where'd you get that?
Goodwill while thrifting. Actually, no,
That's dope.
Savers while thrifting. I did want to say about MF Doom. I know that you found out that he died, but you do know that he died a month before they even.
He died October 31st. That's what they said, or sometime in October.
Oh.
Yeah, that was. I don't know. But I used to listen to like a lot of like newer music before I got into like really deep into rap. It was like pop music, rock music, you know. And then like eventually I found MF Doom, and like I started making music before I started listening to MF Doom. I'll say that first. And I had this break in my like life, like as a musician, where I was like, this just does not feel right to me. Cause it's like what I wanted to do felt so constrained, and I felt like I needed to do certain things in order to make a song. But then I found out that after listening to MF Doom, I was like, music really doesn't have any constraints. Music is subjective.
Yeah,
It's
there's
what-
really
yeah.
like nothing that you can't do in it.
Yeah, it's at the end of the day, it's still gonna be music. I felt like there were so many rules attached to what I needed to do, and that really killed my artistic ability, my creative intuition, all of it. And after listening, I was like, I can really do whatever I want to do on the mic. It doesn't matter what it is. I could sit here and just meow 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 on the mic if I wanted to, bro. It doesn't. It's still music. What about you, Matt? What are your inspirations?
Well, I don't know. I grew up on like punk rock. Like I was like
Punk rock. Kid.
some like, you know,
Is
like-
rock dead?
fresher little skater kid, like emo ass mom. That's like what I was exposed to, like Kurt Cobain, like Green Day, shit like that. And then like I found Lil Wayne was like the first rapper I ever got into, and I don't know, just like with my like rock like roots, I guess I just like that, you know, grungier like
Shouts out Lil Wayne for getting out of prison.
yeah. Shut.
I mean, he was pardoned. He didn't like fight his way
I
out.
really do.
I don't know. I just like that kind of like grungy rock rap, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it. Like, you know, Peep, obviously, or,
Yeah.
you know. I don't know. I just like that. I don't know. I just like the use of, like, instruments in like, rap now.
Yeah.
Like, guitars and, like actual drums, you know, like, Travis Barker will remix a song and turn it into, like, a fucking metal song.
It's like, that happens quite frequently now.
Yeah, and like I don't know, I think that's cool that like you can turn like a rap song into a rock song or like
Yeah.
whatever, you know.
Music is just basically music at this point. It's just like, it's just music.
Well, every genre of music has like hip hop in it now. Like there's rap, country, pop, country, rock, rap. Like everything is just so intertwined now that like there's not really even genres anymore. It's just like
it's just music, like I said.
it's all just beat bops.
Boop, boop, beep, bop. Blake, would you like to talk about what goes into making a beat?
Nah, that was last episode.
This is a free-form creative platform. What do you? I'm probably not in frame, but what do you want me to say? No, you want to sit on my lap?
No, it's fine. I need a new break.
Yeah, just know we caught you in 4K. Anyway.
What do you want? Where should I start? You said how I make a beat.
Yeah, do you just like, what goes into it? Like, do you just like, you listen to like the samples and you're like, beat. Beat.
I'm like a sample maestro. I'm like, I do have some times where I think of like a melody or like a 808 bass pattern. I'm like, okay, I'm going to put this down first because that can be the lead of a song and then go from there. Like District 9, that was a bass lead song. I literally made those 808s and then I was like, okay, this is the rest. Bam. And then, but a lot of them are like, I'll have a stash of samples that I've taken and then I'll just go through them and then pick one. I'll be like, I know exactly what this song is. Like I'll hear like a key like dark key melody. I'm like, okay, this is 150 beats per minute. We're gonna go 4-step on the hi-hats and put the snares here. Like you just hear it automatically and then you just do it. Whether or not you record it and it sounds good is a whole another thing. So I have like a bunch of patterns like
Just in your
just
head.
there
Yeah.
and on my computer, and I don't use them because I don't have an idea for them yet.
That's interesting.
I don't know if that answers your question or not.
I hardly understood anything you said, but I got the point of it.
All right.
Yeah.
Hopefully, at least one person that's watching this knows what I'm talking about.
Somebody will.
Somebody out there.
Well, yeah.
Why
can
don't
read
you
it.
talk about your music video?
Oh wow!
You
I actually forgot.
This is
I
coming out on
completely-
Tuesday night, 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
But your music video is coming out this Friday at 7 p.m.
Okay.
So why don't you talk about that?
Well, my music video, Humid Fridays. Haven't dropped a song in over half a year. Over half a year. Actually, no. A single.
Genghis Khan.
Yeah, we dropped Genghis Khan. Haven't
Yeah.
dropped a single in over half a year, like just by myself. This is gonna be a song from the album, The Art of Relativity, which this man right here designed the art cover for. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Really excited for this music video.
This guy.
This
This
guy.
him. This one.
Yeah.
This one.
This guy. Yeah.
This one.
This one.
This one.
That one.
That one.
That one.
Yeah, well, I'm super excited for it, bro. It's turning out, relatively the way I want it. It turned out better than what I wanted it to, actually. Because when I came into it, like when we were first starting, I had like a general idea, and we just started throwing ideas back and forth, and I was like, yeah, this gonna be fire. This gonna be raw.
How many tracks?
How many tracks on the album? 32.
32.
No,
No.
it's 10.
10 is a good number. We can do that. Is it like in a flow? Do you have like ideas for it to flow, or are they
Oh,
all
yeah.
separate concepts?
No, they're gonna be. It's like separate concepts, but they both all flow together.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all relative to one another.
So I bring up this project a lot because my mentor made it. It's from the same neighborhood as me. But shout out Bruce Bambino. I've been listening to his project. I don't think you guys have heard it yet, but he dropped
you
it in
showed me.
December. Yeah, you heard it.
Yeah.
Like he had this really cool concept where he basically took a cassette tape and he sampled a bunch of cassette tape sounds and then
Yeah.
he put them throughout the project. So he opened with cassette tape, closed with cassette tape, and everything else were a ton of like interesting like 90s concepts formed into this like lo-fi smoker like amazing hip hop album. Like
Yeah.
I listen to that project at least every other day.
Really?
Like, I just like it that much,
Yeah.
really. I don't know why. I think it's because we're from the same area or whatever, but it's a good-ass project. So I'm just, like, I really have, like, a admiration for projects that have, like, a solid theme.
Yeah. That's how I feel like all projects should honestly be, in my opinion. If it's like a project that's like a bunch of just different songs that don't correlate to one another, it just bothers me. It's like, what am I listening to right now? It's like,
Yeah. Unless that's the point.
yeah, I guess. I mean, like if that was like implied, like yeah, but you can kind of tell when it's just kind of like, oh, I like this song and I like this song and I like this song and I like this song, and let's just all put them together, and it's just like, well, this is awful.
I have been listening to J Havoc's new album.
I've actually not. I need to listen to that. I have not gotten into it yet.
There's 2 songs on there that I really like because they're well, just because they're good. They like especially the stuff with Denmark on Fire.
Fires of Denmark.
Fires.
Well, he still needs to hop on Lazy Sunday. I sent it to him.
Yeah, he's a busy man.
No, I definitely know that.
Yeah. I think we had this conversation.
Yeah. Shouts out Fires of Denmark though. Very good artist.
Meow.
But yeah, J Havoc, very talented artist. He's really good at what he does. He needs to send me some more beats. J Havoc, if you're watching this, send me more beats. Yeah.
He actually has an album that I think came out in like 2014. Like I think he's been doing music.
Yeah, he's been doing music for a while. What about you though? You listen to Lil Zine? Actually,
Yeah. You know what? I do.
Who do you listen
Shout
to?
out my boy More. He's my.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my OG, Alex,
Go.
and my boy Freddie, who's coming up. He's been working on some stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot of like
There's some new people that are definitely starting to come out.
before the 507cc happened. Yeah, there were artists here, but I think that with all the collectives, especially the 507cc, there's just been a lot of artists that have just been. They probably have been there, but didn't start coming to light until the CC got so involved. Like you guys are literally the intertwining piece. I see so many people that I've seen before or heard about, but I've never like really seen their stuff. They've just been so underground.
Yeah, you give them the exposure. You know, that
They're
can
more
like
confident.
jumpstart them,
Yeah.
build
They're
them
more
confidence.
confident, too.
Right.
Cause they're like when you're in Chicago or Los Angeles, like New York, right,
Yeah.
Miami, all these big places, Houston. There's media outlets like this there, but so when people see that, they're like, "Oh, I'm part of a scene." You know what I'm saying? It gives them the confidence that there's something worth talking about in that area.
Yeah.
And if they're from that area too, then why not them?
That's very true.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true.
So 507cc does shout outs for other states, right?
Yep, all over
Yep.
All over like America or all over the
the
world?
world.
There is another collective. I'm not saying like I'm hating on you guys. I guess I'm working with two collectives, but there's another collective. It's called Moon Chase Music. So shout out Moon Chase Music in Georgia.
Is that your boy CJ?
Yeah, CJ. He goes by Avionics in Space. Very influenced by Lil Uzi Vert. And also, shout out Six Dogs. Rest in peace to him.
Yeah, rest in peace, Six Dogs. Really.
This dude made art for Six Dogs
Oh shit.
back
yeah.
in the day.
Yeah, there was a gallery hosted by this guy named Father Reggie Moore, and he did have some pieces. And Six Dogs was there. He attended it. Six Dogs signed one of the pieces, and I was asking like Reggie to send me a piece via mail, but then he just died. No, not Six Dogs, but like Reggie, like he ghosted me. But yeah, shout out the Georgia scene, and shout out the 507 scene, and Chicago. I don't know if they're still doing drill music. They probably are because everyone's just getting shot over there. But
Shout out.
That's
Chief
horrible,
Keef.
bro. You gotta take that out. You gotta take that out. He's from Chicago. If you didn't know that.
Yeah,
I know that.
I knew that.
Oh.
Yes, they still make drill music.
Hopefully you didn't get shot over there.
No.
Shout out to Chief Keef.
This is a
Wait,
horrible
Chief Keef. Wait,
podcast.
hold on, Chief Keef.
How long have we been rolling, Nathan?
We just shot a 30-minute clip and we are 5 minutes in, so we should keep shooting.
35 minutes? Yeah. Keep shooting.
It'll get somewhere. It'll get somewhere
minutes.
eventually.
Just to be safe, yeah, we want at least like 10 minutes of a podcast.
Bro, we want more. We need at least 30
I
good,
know.
clean content. You
Okay,
fuckers.
start getting like some good topics in here then.
Bro, I could bring
Without-
in.
Yeah.
We
gotta stay on
had some
topic,
good
though.
conversations.
Yeah, we did.
Into fashion, jump into fashion.
Oh yeah, that's where we can go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you been working on fashion wise lately?
Okay, so I just did a Nike mock-up between, it was the Air Force One, and it's also gonna be a balaclava, and it's just a mock-up. It's not like I'm actually affiliated with Nike,
Yeah.
and it's a collaboration with Silent Hill 3. Yeah, I don't know if you know what Silent Hill is.
Yeah.
You do know what Silent Hill is.
Yeah.
Yes, because the creators of Team Silent, are very, I don't want to say edgy. They like more, I guess I'm like really desensitized, but like, or maybe I'm just like really into like morbidity. Like they got like a lot of gore and stuff, and it's just like gut wrenching. But that stuff, kind of like you ever seen the Supreme?
You're evil.
No, hold on. You ever seen the Supreme cum and blood?
Yeah.
Semen and blood
Yeah,
hoodie?
yeah. They have a skate deck. It's actually like one of the coolest pieces, the common blood one. It's actually pretty sick.
The collab is kind of like that. Actually, no, it's almost like that, but minus the semen.
Oh.
Fair enough.
But that's like a huge inspiration that
Yeah.
I think really should be. I mean, I know there's with like biker clothing.
Yeah.
You know, there's a guy,
Biker clothing.
artist, Zilla Kami. He's really into biker clothing with like the vests and stuff and like the the Viking spikes coming out of it, and also metal merchandise
Yeah.
has a lot of that grungy, in your face, like people ready to come like punch you and stab you type shit.
Oh, so that's what you like.
And I don't know, maybe it's just
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they should be profiting off of violence.
Yeah.
But I do feel like violence, since it's such like a big part of our world, that if it is incorporated into clothing, then maybe it wouldn't be like a message like, oh, like I'm gonna put on this shirt and I'm gonna go like shoot up like a. Okay, I'm not gonna talk.
Yeah, no.
Scratch that. Maybe I'm not saying you should be incorporating violence, but maybe you should incorporate a message where you should defer against violence. Like it's kind of like when
So like violence against violence.
violence against violence, fighting fire with fire.
Like beating the shit out of people that beat the shit out of people.
It's
Or
it's
Like
just
bully
more-
beatdown.
or I've seen like an advertisement, like you know those advertisements where there's an advertisement, and I don't know if everyone's seen it, but it's like this one where these kids are kind of like playing with their teacher in like a schoolyard, and this guy's driving and he's texting, and then he rolls the car and he like rolls over all the kids and stuff. Like that stuff is very vivid, very violent, but it also shows people not to like text and drive. Like if you were to have pictures of
I
like
didn't even know that existed.
if you were to have like pictures of obscene graphic content like on clothing,
Yeah.
it would deter people from even going into violence. But then there's also the thing with like, oh, violent video games create violent people. I will say that like I will say that
How did this go from fashion to just killing people?
but there's like GTA 5, like you can like go around just like murder random civilians, but for some people
I'm that person.
that defers their violence from the real world by incorporating it into a video game.
Yeah.
Like you get an adrenaline rush from just like mowing down a bunch of people at the beach. Like that's no for real, like that stuff, like
I see what he's trying to say.
it gets rid of your hatred in the real world so you can put it into a video game. Like it blows off your steam. You get rid of those thoughts. It's like you're expressing those thoughts into a video game.
Eli is crazy.
But then you can also express those same thoughts onto clothing. And
Yeah,
clothing is everywhere. Clothing is an advertisement.
Yeah.
You see people with all these big brands and stuff, like Randy Moss, and you got chains and stuff on. People will see that like, oh, I want that. Or people will see that and be like, oh, that must mean like personality trait. But if you have like violence and stuff and morbidity on clothing, people will see that and they'll be like, oh, well, that's horrible that he's wearing something like that. But that also means that I don't want something like that to happen in my community.
In a perfect world, that's how it would be. But like, how that really is like, you know, people see. I'll just put myself for example. Like, I'll have like whatever upside down cross or whatever.
Yeah.
Or, like
on the back of your shirt right now, and the chain that you're wearing right now.
Yeah. And like, you know, there'll be people that will see me and try to, you know, hide their kids behind them or like, you know, not let me within 500 feet of their house. I don't know. Like, people look at you
Are
weird.
you a felon?
No, I don't have a criminal record.
Oh.
I don't know, like, people look at you weird, you know, because you dress, like, grungy or whatever, and then, like, they'll talk to me for 5 minutes, and then they'll just realize that I'm just an idiot, you know, just any regular idiot. So it's like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, wear what you want to wear, right? But, like, yeah, there are going to people, there are certain symbols and stuff that people are like, oh, like, this just looks cool, so I'm going to wear it. I mean, that also is not wrong, in a sense.
The impression that people give off to like him when they see that and they act in that way or they hide their kids and stuff, closed-mindedness. It's because they don't understand. What people need to start doing is understanding, because when you understand something, like when you like, you can be like, oh, I'm sad.
We literally talked about this on the last podcast.
Oh,
Understanding.
Well, I guess I'm gonna go at a different route. It's like when a teen kid says like, oh, I'm sad, like I'm gonna like fucking like burn my house down, kill my parents, whatever. But like, when a kid says when a teen says they're sad, and they just kind of like blow it off, they just mope around in bed and whatever, and like they cry to like Drake on the floor or whatever.
Yeah.
Marvin's room. They don't take the time to understand why they're sad.
Yeah.
If they actually like
that is
meditate
true.
and go deep down into it, and they try to figure it out, like write it out, or whatever, express themselves, get those thoughts out of their head, and they try to understand why they're sad, they'll probably come to the conclusion that, hey man, maybe I'm sad because fucking lost my sock. It's my favorite cum sock.
Well, I was gonna say.
Never
It's like
mind.
on a 2-minute
Never mind.
timer
I'm gonna-
of clean content, and then he just explodes.
Yeah, no, you do good for so long, and then you're just like, well, kill my parents, kill everyone. Cum sock, cum sock.
But yeah, I was gonna say, I'm gonna go about it with a different route. Okay. So what I tell everybody that always comes to me, and they're like, I don't know why I feel this way. The first question I ask them is, do you understand yourself? Because
No.
when you're going through something, right? A lot of people don't make the effort to understand. They more feel out the emotion, and that creates more pain because you're not understanding it. You can't. Somebody's calling me.
Mr. Famous.
So popular.
Anyways. Yeah, if you
Probably his
can't,
mom. Hey, it's past your curfew, Luke. Get home.
if you can't understand something, you'll never operate in this world correctly. I mean, like you said, imagine there's a kid that's sad and doesn't know why he's sad. He's never gonna be able to move forward in a positive manner in this life without figuring out where those emotions stem from to their deepest core in your body. Even if you feel something that's insignificant, I believe that you need to ask yourself, why do you feel that way? What is it doing for you? At the end of the day, emotions are just chemical reactions. Until you understand them more, I believe they could be much more. But you need to ask yourself how it's affecting your mind, your body. Where's this going to take you? And do you really need to feel this right now?
People are like so used to like just covering it up too. Like that's the thing, especially
Yeah.
like, you know, people in our age group or whatever. Like, they don't want to face their like problems or their emotions. They just want to drink it or smoke it away, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they'll do something, instead of actually
Dealing with
coming
it.
to the root of it, trying to progress from it. You know,
learning from it.
right?
And creating a better person from whatever burned down.
And I've been guilty of just covering up my problems with substance
Yeah.
forever until recently. When I figured out like
This isn't the right.
it doesn't do anything until you actually like realize
It's
what the problem is.
Yeah, it's like you're putting out the inevitable. It's always going to catch up to you. It's
Right.
always going to get to you at some point.
Like the quick like
Is it here? We had some very interesting conversations today. Very interesting podcast. Thank you guys for being a part of this, joining in.
we'll clean it up next time.
Yeah, you janitors. But anyways, thank you guys for coming and watching the CC conversation number 2. Second one I'm a part of. Hope to be part of all of them.
I don't know if we'll get invited back again after this,
No,
but
you
in
guys
the
are
case
fired.
that we do,
You guys are fired.
we appreciate it. And shout out my mom.
I'd also like to shout out my mom as well. She gave birth to me, and she also gave birth to all these sick ideas that I have.
Shout out Sparky.
That's it. That's a wrap. Alright, we good. Cool.
You're like, we're done.
Yeah, we're fired, bro. We are fired.
Thank you for that.
Oh yeah.